Hey everyone, this is Jay Krishna. So I'm your PowerShell trainer. Uh, to give a fair idea about this course, this is to cover system admins or automation engineers uh, to enable them to start with PowerShell. No matter it could be like simple scripts that you want to build, or you want to make a complex pipelines, like complex solutions for a number of pipelines. So basically, PowerShell can be used to build any of the solution. Like let's say you're a system admin on SCCM, or any of the Windows stack like Exchange, AD, Azure, or Windows related or Windows stack related uh, s- uh, applications. If you want to develop, PowerShell is your go-to scripting language. You'll be able to not just write simple scripts with this course. What I'm trying to teach you, you'll be able to do complex stuff for example, like getting input from one of the application to others, like moving stuff, moving data, or from one app to other, and sending it to like Power BI, or any other Windows stack technologies that people use. Okay. Okay, before we proceed, I'll I'd like you to know, all our classes will be recorded. Let's say if you miss even one session, let's say you're busy, those will be recorded, and everyone who's in our class will have their own WhatsApp group, and all the people will be in there, and the recordings will be shared. So before we proceed, I wanted to just get a quick intro of you guys, and I want stuff like what made you choose this, and what exactly are you expecting, whatever expectations you have, so that I can list them out, and if I can fine tune the course to uh, to convey to the broader audience, to convey it to you as a group. So let's get on with the intro. I'll just make notes. So if you want to unmute yourself and start. Uh, Jitendra, are you with us? Like, do you want to give an intro on yourself, and tell us what exactly made you pick this? This is to not to get too much into it, just to get what are you looking for, so that we can fine tune it. And even if you have any sort of questions, we can try and answer them within the given modules, within the given classes.
Hello,
Hey Jitendra, how are you doing today?
I am fine. Basically, I had attended before one PowerShell session, but I
Mm-hmm.
could not continue there due to my work schedule.
Okay.
I am because in our environment we get lot of work where manual task.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I am looking for PowerShell. I don't have knowledge on power programming, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking for to analyze the script, change the script according to my wish or my requirement. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
any script which I see, which I can,
Mm-hmm.
which I see, I should be able to analyze, read what it does. Actually, basically,
What
a
it
little bit
means.
I know, but
Mm-hmm.
a little bit
Okay.
more
To get a better
knowledge.
understanding.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
okay, so what is the technology that you're from? Like your primary
We are
technology that.
before I used to work on AD. Now my primary focus on VMware and Hyper-V.
Okay. Okay, got it, Jitendra. Any other things that you're looking for from this core, apart from what we've said already?
No, just nothing. This is my
Okay, thank you.
requirement.
That's nice. Yeah, sure. Let's move on, and then we'll come back to you. You want to unmute yourself and give me a quick intro on you, and the same thing. Any thing that you're trying to look into this course? Any specific things that you're looking forward to?
Question for me?
Uh, yeah,
Um,
not you, Jitendra. I'm speaking to you on. Yeah. One, are you with this? I'm not sure if I'm. pronounce your name properly if there's any mistake. Sorry about that. One, are you with us? Okay, team. Let's just move on to the next person. Uh, Matthias, are you with us? Matthias, if you want to tell me what your skills are and what you're looking for in this course, that'll be helpful. I'll give you about a minute if you want to unmute yourself and give me an intro. Okay. Let's move on to Ravi. Ravi, are you with us? You want to give a short intro on yourself?
Yes, Ravi Kumar from
Mm-hmm.
SCCM from
Mm-hmm.
Bangalore.
Okay.
So I have 10 years experience in SCCM.
Mm-hmm.
So I am very interested to learn PowerShell. Why means nowadays how
Mm-hmm.
PowerShell is playing in SCCM as well. For automation, then right click
Mm-hmm.
tools. So application deployment, application packaging. So almost around 80% of work is done by PowerShell today.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have basic background about PowerShell.
Okay.
So if you people start from scratch and I will give you some training about PowerShell, then I am very interested to learn PowerShell
Mm-hmm.
and I will go ahead with this.
Okay. Got it. Got it, Ravi Kumar. So yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's start with the course introduction. So before I proceed further, myself, I'm Jai Krishna, guys, and I'm based out of Chennai. I have about 10 years of experience on PowerShell, and I've been a trainer for the past 7 years. I've did multiple corporate trainings, and I've completed automations for major companies. And so I mostly right now focus on. I'm not sure if you know this. A Graph API, it belongs to Azure Stack, Azure Cloud Stack. So I'm basically working on sign logs for now. But I've done multiple scriptings or automations on AD, on Exchange, on SCCM2, on GPOs, and all the Microsoft 365 stack. And I also do develop with Python, but PowerShell being my primary language that I do automation with, because most of what I use are on Windows stack, and they basically have better scope with PowerShell. Okay. And to give you clarity on this course, what you'll be looking for is like we'll start the course from the basics. Like you don't have to know anything before, and just if you're able to access any Windows machine and just go on and play around with it, we can just basically start off and go into more complex topics like functions, modules, and even making better scripts on how to handle memory. Let's say you have multiple streams of data, and you're trying to handle it. Sometimes you can overwhelm just your machine whichever you're running the script on. So those kind of things I'll cover. uh, and so yeah, let's start with the demo. What I'll do is I'll basically show you a demo. So uh, I'll try and use multiple tools within Windows. This is my machine itself. So you guys will all get a test virtual machines. You'll be able to, you'll all be given access to it, and you'll be able, once you have joined the course, you'll, wait a minute. Sorry guys, there's too much noise. Let me see who's that. Yeah, Kirti, can you mute Matthias? I'm not sure if it's Matthias, it's Ravi. Sorry. Oh, okay, got it. Thank you, Kirti. Okay, so yeah, so where was I? Yeah, so I'll try and give you a demo. So I'll try and include most Windows tools as I can. This will give you a basic overview of what you'll be able to do after you do this course. I'm going to start very simple, and what I'm trying to do, I'll try and make it simple so that everyone can understand, no matter what your understanding on PowerShell is. I'll also explain you guys on what I'm doing side by side as I develop this thing. Okay. Uh, is this here? So basically, whatever. Before you start, if you are trying to write any sort of code, any sort of scripts, I'll encourage you to use either VS Code or Notepad++. That way, let's say any machine that you're on, you get connectivity issues, you'll have a cache stored, and whenever you log back in, it will be open. If you are using Notepad, that'll be a grave mistake. I've committed that many times, so yeah, I'm advising you on that for that. So okay, for our demo, let me just open up things. Okay, so my test case, what I'm trying to do now is, so I'm going to, let's say there is let's say SCCM is an application or any other application. Let's say we have an application named AppA, which you're seeing issues on it whenever there's CPU and memory threshold bottleneck, and you're sometimes seeing service being hung up, and you're also seeing sometimes that there is a different error message on whatever log your application does, and you basically want to build a script which checks for both CPU memory performance, and then your service status of whatever application that you're using, and then uh, the log. Let's say your application reads data and writes to a SQL backend database or whatever database you want to, just for a sample. And if you're doing any such operation, any operation at all, it doesn't have to be like that. All the applications will have the logging enabled. If not, we can enable it when we are seeing the issues, and then we can go through those logs and then see what is happening, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass through the log and see for any error messages, and then see where we can go from there, either report it to certain person, or export it to a certain table that is easier for people to understand, things like that. So okay, let's just start. For any technologies that is based on the Windows stack, the core thing is the machine which it runs on. It could be any server, Windows new 20, 12, 16, any servers for that matter. The CPU and memory matters. If those are throttled or those are having issues, your application is bound to have issues. So the first thing for any troubleshooting is to see how these perform, right? So let's take CPU for an example. So okay, in PowerShell, there is a thing called get WMA object. So this is a commandlet. This is one of the commandlet that will be useful for you, no matter what technology you are. If you are on Windows stack, so Windows Management Instrumentation is the backend service that enables this. So this is installed on all the Windows machines. You don't have to do anything, even on your home PCs. This will be there, so you can use it to monitor your own machine as well. So get WMA object. So we can basically this commandlet will allow a switch called class, and you'll be able to pick specific classes for CPU, and if you want to check memory for that as well. So okay, so let's start with building a line or a script which gets you the memory utilization, or just the memory available or memory used by your machine. So okay, let me just go to PowerShell. I'll test it out there, so you'll have a better idea of what I'm doing. So yeah, before you move on, any commandlets, once you know half of it, if you type tab, it will show you. It will autofill it for you. Let's say WMA has different set of commandlets. If it's WMA object, it will come first, and alphabetical wise it will go on. So you can use this feature as well. So basically, if you are to do this on a server, if you want to get any sort of performance metrics from a server, you'll use this switch called computer name. But if you see this is my home machine, and this is my test machine. It is just a machine. It's not connected to any other network. So I'll just skip that computer name. If there is a server that you want to check this on, you'll have to give this on the switch computer name, and then your computer. Let's say server one. Yeah, likewise. Okay, let's go further. So the class we are looking for getting details on your memory is this. So these are already available So these are like you'll have to search for it, yes, but it's better if you know these basic things, these top 5 classes that you want to use, top 5 command lists that if it's on your back of your head, it'll be useful for you whenever you're building your own script. So I'll also be teaching you guys what are will be necessary no matter what technology you're from. Okay, perform. Wait a minute, let me type it out. Okay, let's see if this gives us something. Hopefully the class name I didn't do any typo, or let me just get it from my other screen. Yep, we got it. Okay. So this basically will give you a lot of garbage. Any commandlets for that matter on the Windows stack will have a lot of properties tied to it. So if you it's highly necessary that you know how to select the properties that you want yourself for. Yeah. So here, what the process that we are looking for, I mean the property that we are looking for is select. Okay. Before we go to that, let me show you what are all the command. Okay. So basically, I'm not sure if you're able to see the entire screen. So I have a 8-core machine. So the cores are showing up here. So from basically the name property has all the cores, and whenever you are, I bet all the servers that you are using are multi-core machines. So you'll have to use the switch, not the switch. You'll have to use this commandlet where it will check. So where hyphen object, what it will do is is whatever output is received by this commandlet, it will basically pipe it. So this is a pipe symbol. So it will basically pipe it to whatever is presiding this. So where if an object is simply a conditional, let's call it a condition. So whatever term, whatever we want, we'll evaluate there. Let's say, so we want, so name is the property name, and we just want the total core processor performance and not each of the core performance. So we'll just pick the total core and then we'll go from there. So total is nothing with the total performance of all the cores. It'll just compute everything, and I'll also compare this with Task Manager, and you'll see it for yourself. Yeah. Okay. Let's just open this. So if you see this first, you had a lot of garbages. Now it is only picking the total processor performance logs. So yeah, from here, here, what is that percentage? Not that, not that, not that. Okay, I got it. Percentage processor. Hmm, I'm sorry, this. Okay, select percent processor time. If you see this, the processor time, it's saying 11, right? So this is your current CPU utilization. Let me show you it on task scheduler, just so you know that these things are the same. Okay. Just look at the CPU. Okay. Since it goes above and goes up and down, you see some sort of dissimilarities, but it's on the scale. So yeah. So next, we'll look at the memory. So first we got the CPU, and then how we'll go is, let me show you. So we got the, what's this? We got the CPU utilization. Now you'll go for memory utilization, and basically we'll build a script where it will check if CPU and memory utilization crosses, let's say 80% of utilization. We'll basically do a script block that will check for your application specific service, and if it's down, it'll report it, or if it's not down, it'll then check your logs. And if there is any errors that this CPU and memory threshold can be contributing to, it'll basically get those logs and then either export it to a CSV file or send a email to you. Okay, that's what we are trying to achieve here. So first we got that. Sorry, I'm mixing the mouses. So first we got the CPU time. We'll name the CPU time dollar CPU performance. So the naming convention doesn't matter when you're doing small scripts. But if you are to write anything more than 50 lines, this comes into picture. And in each organization, they have their standard, and each team they have their standard. But I prefer not to use underscores when you're naming anything because it will conflict more times than you see on PowerShell itself. That's something I've observed. Okay, so now we'll get the memory utilization. Yeah, okay, okay. The next commandlet, we'll use the same WMA object commandlet, but the class for memory utilization is Windows 32 underscore operating system. Yeah, and then I'll show you the properties that we'll be using: total visible memory and free physical memory. And since no matter how many sticks that you use, I made a mistake. All the RAM will be added, and it'll complete. It'll show up as 8, 16, 64, whatever you have. So you don't have to use that where object here, and that makes sense. Total visible memory size. Sorry, guys. Size. Yeah. Okay. So basically, whatever output we got, this is in kilobytes, and yeah, this is how Windows reports back to you. And if you want to turn this into GB, you can just use simple math. So kilobytes into megabytes is 1024, and another 1024 you'll get it in GB. Sorry, I made a mistake. You can't do that, you'll have to do this. Okay, if you see the total available is 15.93, and let me show you. Okay, right? 24 cross 124. Okay. So the utilization, no, the RAM used is about, what's this? Sorry guys, the screen is a little distorted for me. It's about 10 GB is being used right now. Okay, no problem. So where were we? Okay. So this does not matter. What we want is the memory utilization. And if you see, like CPU utilization, there is no straightaway parameter for memory utilization, and that for that matter, we'll have to actually get it in a variable, whatever we got, and then compute it ourselves. And this you'll have to use logic whenever you're writing code like this. When you're trying to compute something, so this is just a mathematical formula that I'm going to use. So if you look up percentage difference, you'll see this, and that's what we'll do. But before I proceed further, I'll just give it a name, memory curves. I'll just call it this, and then let me just compute the formula here, and then I'll show you why the formula works. Curves. If you have any questions, you can interrupt me, or feel free to put it in chat. I'll help you alongside I when as I build my scripts. Okay, this. Okay, so if you see this, this is the uh, percentage increase formula. You can use this to just compute it here. Our memory utilization here, and basically what I'm doing is whatever total memory is available minus the free memory. by the total memory, and the multiplication factor 100 is to show it in percentage. So the current percentage is it's 35. So let's see if that matches with the task scheduler, and yeah, it does. So yeah, so now we got CPU utilization and memory utilization. So basically, we can build a script where it will. Let me first get this into our notepad, and then we'll proceed. Roll in. Okay, and then the formula to get our memory utilization, and basically we'll just call this mem performance, just to maintain the uniformity. Yeah. Okay, so we got our CPU performance and memory performance. So I'm going to build my first logic here. Let's just first put these two inside our PowerShell. So basically in the memory performance, we have the memory utilization and sorry for that, memory performance. And on the CPU performance, we have the CPU utilization. So if I need to build a script block, what I'll do is I'll build a simple if condition. So what we'll do is if dollar CPU performance is greater than or equal to, let's keep our threshold 25 for now, because we know that the percentage utilized just 28%, and percent processor time. And whenever you are combining multiple logics, so here I'm giving it the if statement, two conditions. One is the CPU and another one is the memory. So basically you'll enclose them in brackets, so you'll compare with this and operator. So and is a comparison operator, which will see. So how the logic would work is, if the first statement gives you true and the next statement gives you true, only then whatever script block that you have will work. Okay. So now we'll also use mem performance is greater than equal to uh, okay, it was 15, we'll give it 10. Okay. uh, uh, okay, for now let's just try something instead of building our own logic and going to other parts of the script. Let's say CPU and mem utilization high. uh, this if you schedule it, or if you run giving a sample time of 5 minutes, it will basically run every 5 minutes on your system and on your server. And then if you want, it will also send you an email or send you a report. I'll tell you how to build a report and enable it to send it to you. So basically this will do that. We can also report the percentage here to show how much it is. So let's say the CPU performance I want to show up in the log or in whatever I'm writing it to. I'll just call it CPU performance dot processor time, and for the memory utilization it will be something like mem performance. Yeah, if you see this, if you use correct select statements, you'll just get the number, and because I use the dot, it shows inside that collection the percent process time equals 20. So that's how it is. So let's go to the next part of a script. Okay. Basically, whatever a block comes after this, we'll use that within the if statement. Yeah, I'll show you. So can we computed this? Also, as you use Notepad or VS Code, the indentation is really necessary, guys. Or on any script blocks, if you're using if, while, or whatever conditions or whatever loops, it will basically indent it for you. Indentation is the white space that you see within the loop. This is to make your code readable. Let's say you make some sort of a script today, and you're looking back at it in a week, in a month. If you don't make it readable, you'll have to start over and build a new script, and that's an hassle, let me tell you. And yeah, the next part which we want to check is the service. Okay, for that I'll show you a commandlet, sample commandlet. Okay, before we use that, I'll tell you what get-service is. Get-service is also another native PowerShell tool commandlet that is available on all the machines. Once you hit it, all the services will show up, guys. And if you have any, for now, I'll use the Windows Defender, just to build a sample demo script. But if you are into any specific technologies, you'll use your technology specific service here to do this. Yeah. Windows. Where is that? Okay, Win Defend. Okay, basically get-service will get you this, but most of the time what you want. Okay, I didn't tell you guys about select, right? So select-object is the command that you'll use to select specific properties from whatever is before the pipeline. So select-object and then the property that you want. Let's say we want just the status and not anything else. You'll just use status. And if you use expand hyphen property, what it will do is it will give you the status without the header named status. So it will be useful when you are doing the reportings and stuff. Okay. Let's say if we are to see if our service is hung, if a service is hung, the status will not be running. It'll be something else, and it'll be either empty or something else. And if it's stopped, it will stay stopped. So basically, we'll build our script to check the status. And I'll give this. Okay. Like, I'll just call it text status for now. And our loop, copy this. Okay. Once our CPU and memory utilization is that much, we'll next check if the service is up or down. So to do this, what we'll do is another if statement will be necessary. I'll teach you complex statements, but for now, let's go with if, for simplicity purposes. And whenever the text status is, when you want to actually implement it, you'll have to do something like this. So hyphen, you'll use the comparison operator. The comparison operator you'll use is either not equal to running. So this is what you will want to do when you are doing this. But since I know the app is running, what I'll do is it equal to, so that it will move on to the next part of a script. Yeah, equal to running. So if you basically use not equal to running, what it will do is uh, run your script. Let me get into not equal to running. Whenever it is hung or whenever it is stopped, only then it will get into your block and whatever I'm trying to write now. Okay. Where were we? Okay. We check the CPU and memory utilization. We check the service. Now we want to check a log, and basically all the applications will have their own set of logs, and all the Windows stack I've seen the format it is using is this thing comma separated, though it is called dot log. If you just copy whatever content is present on your log and then paste it on a CSV, you must be able to parse it. You must be able to make some use of it. Yeah. So for that purpose, what I'll do is I'll open a sample Excel file. I'll write some sort of a log. Okay. Some sort of a sample log which we'll use to build a script here. Okay. So something like I'll just move this here so that you have a better view on what I'm doing. Date, time, and then let's call it status, and then let's call it log log message. Yeah. You could basically your logs will look like till A till Z or A till AF or something like that. There'll be a lot of things. You'll only be needing to check specific lines, and I'll show you how to do that. Yeah. First, we'll just create a dummy sample records here. So what's the date today? March 4th. So 0403 2022 AM. Let's copy this. Call this 2 AM. And call this something like 11. Yeah, so it is running. Stop running. So it doesn't necessarily have to have status, but all the logs will have this log message or messaging for something like that, that will specify whatever action is performed on that specific line, on that specific action that your application does. So for running, I'll just say data fetched, and for log message, I'll call it error error code something like 5.3.2, and database is down or something like that. Sometimes your service could be up and your database could be having issues, and it could report messages like this. So I'll just say data written. Okay, I'll just save this and then we'll use it. Yeah, for that I'll save as, yeah, downloads. Okay. Okay, I have that file, guys. I'll also show you how to read the file on the partial window that you have. So before I do that, so import -csv, another commandlet. It's pre-built. You don't have to import anything, install anything. Okay. So downloads and then book1.csv. Add it. Basically, this is what the log will contain. So I'm showing this to you because we'll base our loop or our script on this. Yeah. Uh, okay. 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 So I just typed it out for you. Okay, the select hyphen string is another pre-built commandlet that you'll be able to use, and hyphen path is a switch, and book1.csv is the file I wrote. You can take a look on it just above, and the pattern will look for specific keywords in all the logs. So it will just give you the line in which it saw the pattern. Select hyphen string commandlet, and basically I'm using select hyphen object, and then line number, line path, and pattern are the outputs of that command like select hyphen string, and basically line number 3h3 because the header is the line number 1. Whenever you if you are confused, I just want to clarify on that. Yeah, and if you see the line, all the headers will be script, and you'll only see the line here if you take a look. And the path is the path of the file, and the pattern is whatever we searched it for. And let's call this something. Let's call it flag message. Okay, so basically flag message is we are looking for specific keywords on a log message, and if we see a hit for that keyword, we'll do some sort of action. So I save it to that variable flag message, and then what we'll do is I'll just copy this here. If our service is running, and then we'll look for the error message, and once we got that error message, what we should do. So for this training, and to keep it simple, I'll just export it to a CSV or a text file, and then I'll show you, or yeah, even better, I'll just write it out. Write hyphen host, this is the commandlet to write anything to the partial screen. um, I'll just do flag message, dot line. It will print you the line with that error found in the CPU memory utilization is I service is also down. So basically, you will build blocks, each blocks, and you can append a command line to another, and either trigger specific emails whenever you see specific scenarios, or export it and place it on a dashboard for other scenarios. So what I'll do is I'll just run this, and let's see what happens. Yeah. Okay, if you see this, I made it such a way it executes everything. Though CPU and memory utilization is low, you can see that with the numbers there, and basically we also got that line number where we saw the error code, and then path pattern to the file, and we also got the message that we typed out. Okay, so this is our demo script that I wanted to show you guys. We can, yeah, certainly fine tune this, but I wanted to make it as simple as possible. And these are the things that you will be able to do once you are well versed on whatever module I'm teaching you. And and that is for the demo. Do you have any questions, guys? Any questions at all on this demo? Please let me know. I can clarify you guys on that. Guys, you with me? Or did I bore you to death? Okay. Yes, Ravi.
No questions.
No questions. Okay. Yeah, basically, guys, our session uh, will be hosted from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. We do have a batch starting on Monday, and any other batches you can check with Keithy. And yeah, this is how we'll go. So I'll explain you each line I build after we complete whatever modules we are. We'll have exercise session where I'll both show you what I'm doing line by line, and I'll help you build. And this will be interactive. Whatever questions you have, you can post it directly to WhatsApp, or you can post it to chat, or whatever is feasible for you. And let's say you skip a day, you watch the video, and then you have the question, you can type it out to me, and I'll try and accommodate it within the next session, or within the whole partial sessions. But yeah, that's it, guys. If you have any specific questions, you can proceed. If not, we'll wind up. Yeah, okay, okay, guys, and then we can wind up. Okay, thank you so much, guys.